Well, and see here, and I just talked about it. We just talked about if Ryback was hurting people and he hurt CM Punk, then that was dangerous and blah blah blah. And from a big fucking jacked up looking guy like that, you'd already be nervous about it to begin with. I don't know. I haven't seen the incidents, but I did work with Tyler Black / Seth Rollins in Ring of Honor for a couple of years. And I guarantee you the Ring of Honor matches were more over the top, hard hitting, contained more dangerous spots, whatever, than most WWE matches will. And I don't remember Seth ever hurting anybody with anything. I mean, guys get fucking bloody noses and fucking black eyes and things. And I watched him and Roderick Strong just beat the piss out of each other. And him and Davey Richards beat the piss out of each other. And, but, apart from bumps and bruises, I never experienced anybody having to have surgery or take time off or whatever that I can recall. Work in a much more physical, fast-paced style in Ring of Honor than they do in the WWE. And I'm wondering, is part of it due to bad luck? Is part of it due to a change in environment? Let's face it, and I talked to Sting in Oklahoma last month, and he said really he told me, he said it was his fault. He said because he shouldn't have gone for the second one, because the first one he knew something was a little wrong. But let's face it, he's 56 years old, and he said I knew what I should have done the second time. Tuck my head a little bit, because I guess he gave him 2 of those buckle bombs. Tuck my head a little bit, everything will be fine. And he said when he hit, boom, just lightning shot down his arms, and his legs were rubber, and he just couldn't get his shit together, and he knew that it was not good. And I would not recommend, whether it be Sting, who's in fantastic condition, or fucking Jack LaLanne, there's a name out of the past, or anybody past 50 working the style that any of the guys do these days, much less a Ring of Honor style or a Seth Rollins style or whatever. So that may have explained that. I'm not a fan of the buckle bomb as a move, especially into a guardrail, which is, I guess, what he got Prince Devitt, Finn Balor with. And don't know why that, it's too hard of a move to control. You can't control. When you're taking it, you can't really control yourself. You got to depend on the guy to throw you right. And I've seen Seth Rollins do the buckle bomb into the buckle a million times, and the guys take it and fine. But into a guardrail, that's just less give and more chance for injury. And truthfully, I don't know why a guy would want to give that. And I don't know why a guy would say, okay, I'm going to take it. Otherwise, then they've gone too far and they're trying to top each other. And who was the other guy that got hurt?
He only named those 2, but the other injury I could think of was when he actually blew out his own knee.
Well, that was just something that happens. I mean, Terry Gordy blew his ACL taking a fucking atomic drop, the old ass bump. He just landed, it was straight boom, and it went. But I think somebody said he'd hurt 3 people. And they took the curb stomp out of his repertoire, and I don't think he hurt anybody with that, but they just thought that was bad for the little kiddies to try to emulate. And once again, I don't know what's the matter with goddamn kids these days. I see them shooting fireworks up each other's ass and fucking jumping off fucking roofs through tables. And when me and Bolin fucking played wrestler in the 70s, when we were teenagers, we pulled foreign objects out of our tights and told a referee they were pulling our hair. We didn't fucking goddamn do stupid shit, but it's all these stupid idiots on these fucking skateboards, and they think it's a good idea to fucking, snowboard a goddamn garbage can lid down the side of Mount Fujiyama or something for a video camera. I think everybody that gets hurt these days and doing stupid shit like you see on Tosh.0 deserves it, and I laugh about it. Because if you're that goddamn stupid that you want to do this shit to begin with no possibility of a fucking good resolution to it, I think you ought to be paralyzed or fucking killed, and it thins the fucking herd and improves the gene pool overall. But, I haven't seen all those matches, so I can't say, but I think Seth Rollins, I don't think he's a dangerous worker. I think he's had the victim of some bad luck, and I think maybe everybody is cooperating and doing too much where there's so little margin of error and such a chance that you can get hurt. But that's what happens when nobody believes that what you're doing is legitimate and real, and everybody knows it's a work, and then you got to do twice as much to get half the reaction. And there's where we are. And it's, sort of like that finish we talked about a week or 2 ago on the show where, they can't get juice in the WWE anymore. They can't bleed on purpose. So they'll just have Brock accidentally, quote unquote, bust somebody open and his head looked like the fucking Red River Gorge. And it would have helped everybody if he'd have just done a little zip job with a fucking blade and got the same result and just deny it. And then who knows for sure? It's just so fucking stupid. I don't know what they're getting around with their sponsors by having accidental blood versus intentional blood, especially when the accidental blood looks like a goddamn botched lobotomy with a rusty fishing knife. So maybe I just shouldn't think about this so much.